Hey guys, just gonna do a review today of my Palmetto State Armory AKP. We've had quite a few issues with this particular rifle. It's I enjoy shooting this gun quite a bit. Maybe it's because it's my first AK. I don't know too much about them. It's something that I go to the range and I enjoy shooting. However, when you spend this much on something that you get issues with, depending on what purpose you use it for, is crazy. It's the first issue I had out of the box. I bought this too, by the way, because my buddy bought one, and his jammed up after 10 shots. Took it back, or sent it in for warranty. They didn't fix his issue. Just had a bunch of problems with his, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna pick one up and I'm gonna prove him wrong, because it has to be a bad rifle that he got mine. Worked. It was zeroed, and then the trigger started sticking to the rear. So you'd pull the trigger and would get stuck in the rear position. It wouldn't reset. So you pull the trigger, gun goes down, and it wouldn't click. It would stay back, and I'd actually have to push it forward with my finger. And that was about every 4 to 5 shots, which is ridiculous. Especially, like I said, after taxes and everything. And this gun was $1,025. And the way that it sits without the dot. I spent $600 on my Smith & Wesson M&P, and that thing runs like a dream. That's kind of my, my shit hit the fan gun. That's my, it was my range thing before 223 and 556 became impossible to find. It works. And there's nothing more to say about it than it works. And then you spend $1,000 on what should be a good rifle. Palmetto kind of has a good name behind him. And then your buddy has issues, and you're like, okay, well, I'm going to prove him wrong. And then you start getting issues. Granted, the gun didn't lock up on me. There hasn't been any failure to feeds, other than one time, but I blame the magazine. A new Croatian steel mag. But to have something like that happen where your trigger sticks to the rear is unacceptable for a rifle that you spend over $1,000 on. It's just not acceptable. And there is no excuse for it. This gun is my range toy, I guess you could say, even though it's more expensive than my shit hit the fan gun. This is just something I wanted to be able to take to the range, because you can find 7.62 by 39 out the wazoo. So figured I can have fun with this, because you can't find 5.56, and if you do find it, they're charging you fucking $2 million around. But it was just something to kind of prove them wrong, and to get an issue like that is crazy. Like I said, this is my range toy. However, if somebody heard good reviews about Palmetto AKs and they went and bought this, and they're using this to defend themselves or property or whatever they use it for, and the trigger locks up on them and their adrenaline's pumping and they don't know what to do, and their gun's not working, they reload, whatever, still not working. It's unacceptable. You literally, for something like that, you literally cannot depend your life on this. However, I digress. I took it apart when I got home and lightly oiled a couple of things in the trigger group, I guess you could say. Lightly oiled a couple of things down there, like the top of the hammer. Made sure it didn't clump or anything. Wherever the trigger disconnects from. I'm sorry, I'm kind of making this video on the fly. I don't have anything written or planned or anything. But I haven't had a problem with the trigger since, so that's good. But to anybody else who might want to buy one, they may not be able to fix their problem like I was able to. I digress. I've taken it to the range of like every weekend since I probably got about 500 rounds through this already. And the last time I went, I noticed my red dot. This is a Vortex Crossfire, very cheap. Palmetto had it on their website, very cheap, and I wanted to give that a try as well. So we gave that a try. Works fine. I co-witnessed it with the sights, and it's on perfectly. Have about 200 rounds downrange with this sight, and it's fine. However, I noticed it started to get a little weird looking. So you're shooting whatever, and I look over to the side, and I notice my front sight is actually managed to walk up. The front sight should be down here, or at least it was, but instead of moving side to side, it managed to move upwards. I don't understand how that happens, how that could happen, or why that's acceptable for a gun that is being, out the door $1,000. I don't know why that they find that acceptable. Of course, with this being my range toy, I really don't care in that sense. But again, for somebody who is buying this for their shit hit the fan gun and they don't have a dot on it because they want a lower profile weapon or whatever, even though this is a pretty low pro dot, they want even lower profile, and they're using the rifle, and next thing they know, their shots are going fucking wonky because their front sight is moving, walking on them, and it's unacceptable, man. My buddy sent his back for warranty, and they didn't do shit to fix his gun. So I don't even want to send this in because I know my problems that I'm having with it aren't going to be fixed. So I ordered an AK SKS front sight tool. That should be in on Tuesday or Monday or whatever. Filming this video on a Saturday. Yeah, so I'm gonna take the front sight out, put some Loctite in there, and we'll see if it holds. But it's a fun gun. I thoroughly enjoy shooting this rifle or pistol, whatever you want to call it. It's a 10.5-inch barrel, folding stock. It's a Plum Furniture. One thing that nobody really comments on is this. The Plum Furniture has a heat shield down here, unlike the Wood Furniture. I wasn't a huge fan of the Plum online, but when I got it in person, it actually looks kind of cool. I went ahead and bought the Wood Furniture anyway, but I put the Plum shit back on because I think it looks better. The rear dust cover was wobbly up and down, so I was over my buddies and we put some try not to poke my monitor here. We put some pieces of styrofoam here to kind of get the up and down wobble to stop, so that's been fine. But other than that, to kind of wrap this video up, I mean, like I said, I have a blast shooting this rifle, pistol, whatever. It's the fireballs that come out of this thing are crazy. It's super loud. Everybody in the range comes and stops and talks to me, and me and my buddy, when we go, they stop and talk. However, if that's all this is good for, is going to the range and just literally shooting the shit, is all it's good for. As much as I like this gun, and it's sad because I really do like this gun, I cannot recommend it to anybody. It's plain and simple. But the problems that I've had and the problems my buddies had, I cannot recommend this to anybody unless you're someone like me who's already got, you know, a gun set up, and who just wants, you got $1,000 laying around, you can go and pick one of these up and go fucking have fun at the range. Maybe not have yours lock up like my buddy. And if you kind of half know what you're doing and can fix some of the problems with it, then by all means go for it. But if you're trying to buy this for, you know, survival, protect your family, it's not happening. Not with this. And it's a shame, because I said it a million times and I'll say it again. Something that somebody is charging $1,000 for, to have problems like your trigger sticking or your front sight walking, is ridiculous. It is absolutely unacceptable. And I don't know if it's because they're trying to push these out as fast as possible to keep up with sales and make money, but whatever it is, they really gotta to fix something. They gotta figure something out, because what they're releasing to their customers is not, it's unacceptable. Anyway, I just wanted to make this quick video and tell you guys about this little piece here. Again, I love it. Can't recommend it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you.